How many countries have you spanned from your undergraduate studies?
Not so many. 3, I think. For longer stays, let's say. Yeah. 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you studied
in Germany, and then in Austria, and then I came to France.
The flags represent maybe a group of individuals or an individual, and you can see we're quite a diverse organization, and we do promote diversity.
At present, we have a student from China and Korea, a postdoc from Thailand, and also we used to have a postdoc from United States, and also visiting student of United States. He came here for X-ray diffraction experiment at Spring Lake.
Vi er jo også et team fra Finland, som er internationalt. Vi har finner, vi har grækere, vi har kinesere og en dansker. Man er nødt til at prøve at afkode kulturen, det sted man kommer hen, men samtidig også prøve at skabe en forståelse for, hvad det er for en kultur, man kommer med.
I find it very important that you have people from different countries, different cultures working together. I'm a strong believer in that multitude of cultures and competences, knowledges. It fertilizes the research.
Comment ça se passe? Ah oui, d'accord. Je voulais te dire qu'il y a quelqu'un.
Ici à l'ESRF, on est une société où la langue officielle c'est l'anglais. Et donc, les représentants du personnel ont demandé la prime d'expatriation pour les Français sur le principe que la langue de travail, c'était l'anglais et que les Français étaient soumis à cette langue de travail tout le temps de leur travail.
And I think 8 diluted samples, like 8 real samples plus 2 references, so then I don't know. It was already a big effort to move here. It's not possible that I work in other country in the world. Because, for example, my partner had to look for a job here. In his case, the most urgent language to learn was French and not English. So he had to learn a new language and he had to look for a job. And we are not going to do that again. So we are a European laboratory. The official language is English. So that's good and bad in the sense that I'm living in France, but I'm speaking English most of the time. And that means that my French level is not really improving that much.
Let's face it, Europe is not that united. We don't have a common social system Europe-wide. And it is a decision to change the social system, I can tell you. Yeah, this cost you to all these different retirement plans that you live through or work through during your working life will never end up to one real retirement had you compared to what you would have had you stayed at home.
Because you've got pension in the UK, pension in France, and half plus a half doesn't equal 1. And that is something that is sorely missing at the moment. When I was 25, I certainly didn't come out my pension. I came out to France naively, right? Ignoring all these bits of paper saying, do you want to carry on paying into the British system? Because I didn't know what it was talking about. Then you stay, right? You meet French girl, house kids and stuff like that, and suddenly 20 years later you're going, oh, crikey, pension's not far away, what do I do? And that's when things start to get, people start looking at what they should do for pensions, and there's no clear answer at the moment.
Uden at vide det, ved at følge kutyme inden for mit forskningsfelt og tage til udlandet, så er jeg jo røget ud af pensionssystemet, fordi jeg har været ude af Danmark mere end 5 år. Og det var der aldrig nogen, der fortalte eller overhovedet nævnte, at man skulle kigge på. Altså man er lige blevet færdig som PhD-studerende, man får sit første job, og så træffer man en beslutning, som så får betydning for ens pension, uden at vide det.
We're trying to work as a team during this afternoon to keep things roughly on time. We know we're running a bit late already. Well, most of the scientists at the ISRF are short term, right? Maximum out 5-year contracts. It allows us to take a risk because you can hire someone for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You can try something, and that's great. It's a way of returning the ISRF's perspective. It's a way of returning training to the member countries They come here, they come to the SRF, they get trained, they go back to Diamond or Alba or wherever it might be, and that's a great way of sharing our know-how and our expertise. It does mean that sometimes we lose very good people because we can't give them a permanent job. And of course, you're 35 years old, you want to buy a house, mortgage and stuff like that, you need a permanent job.
By law, I could only stay here if I would have a permanent job offer, let's say, otherwise I could not. So, yeah, I would probably need to search for a job when the date approaches. There is no possibility that my contract could be renovated. I already did 1 year and a half as a postdoc and then moved to this other type of contract. So it was really a nice experience, but it's tough. I mean, you cannot be doing that every 3 years.
Jeg har lige præcis mødt en i USA, som jeg jo så nu har fået til Finland på en 1-årig kontrakt, og det er jo ikke optimalt. For 2 år siden var der ingen af os, der havde et fast job. Og der søgte vi jo begge to i hele verden. Og så fik jeg så muligheden. I værste tilfælde kunne jeg jo så forsørge min partner, som så kunne gå derhjemme. Men det er jo ikke særlig attraktivt, hvis man har en Ph.D. og har en forskerkarriere og har forskningsidéer, at skulle være hjemmegående i et fremmed land.
My wife came with me from Australia to Chicago and Switzerland and France. And in France we had 2 children.
Yeah.
And so now they're at the age where it makes good sense for them to have grandparents nearby, and it's a big help for us too. So my 2 sons are 2 and 4.
Yeah.
So it was part of the decision making to come home.
Yeah.
Home to Australia.
Yeah.
Because I had my first child when I was in America, and it was very difficult to continue to be a researcher. Go home, feed the baby, go back to work on the beamline, that kind of thing. My husband stays at home to look after the children, so I'm lucky. But without that, it would have been even harder. It was hard enough. I did apply for beamline jobs here as well, but this was the job I wanted. So when I got offered this one, I took it. When I was in America, I took, I think, the 12 weeks paid leave, but because I was the one earning, and it was because of my visa that we were there, it was hard to take longer. So I took less time with my first child.
Yeah, I mean, you put your children into school here. You are not that free anymore to just move as it pleases you.